Hey guys, welcome back to the TSU HPSS podcast. I'm your host,
And I'm Shaw, and this is the Post and Shaw Show. Hello, welcome back to the HPSS podcast. We're on the road here at Lipscomb Academy for the R2A Summit, where student athletes are learning about NIL deals, mental health, and how to monetize their brands.
So we have a few sponsors, and the sponsors of this event are ABC Sports Foundation, U.S. Bank, Relate to Athletes, Nashville Sports Council, Lipscomb Academy, and Burrell Enterprises.
I'm your podcast host, Bree.
And I'm Amayah. And today our first interview will be with Ron Johnson.
Good morning. I'm so happy to be here.
Ron Johnson is a certified CRM specialist. So can you just provide like a brief overview of consciously resting meditation and how it benefits athletes like mental health?
So one of the things that you find that we do as athletes and as people, we go. But when we sleep at night, we wake up and we feel like we're refreshed and rejuvenated. That's the body's rest. But we don't do enough consciously resting. And so consciously resting is to help you slow down the mind, the thoughts that just bombard and berate your mind. And I am a certified meditation specialist under Dr. Kofi Kornswarny from Morehouse School of Medicine. And I love being able to teach people how to just be quiet.
I love that.
Great. Thank you. So what inspired you to develop something like consciously resting meditation, and how has it come to be, basically?
So I didn't develop it. I was trained and certified. I'm one of only 15 in the world that was certified under Dr. Kofi Kornswarny. And so I feel real proud to just say that. But the reason I wanted to get involved and engage with consciously resting, I am also a specialist in gang intervention and violence. And so one of the things that I noticed was with the young people that I was serving, it was this thinking that was driving a lot of their behaviors. But if I could help affect the way they think, I could change a lot of the behaviors. Not I, but they could do that themselves. But I got to help them see it for themselves. And so how can you see yourself without basically seeing yourself? So I would teach you to be quiet, and then you would see things a whole lot different from a different eyesight.
Great. I love that perspective, especially considering the way the world is going right now. It's very important to the scope of the scenery with the children.
Absolutely.
So mental health is increasingly recognized as a critical aspect of overall health, well-being for athletes. How does CRM specifically address the mental health challenges faced by the athletes?
When you think about an athlete that comes to from high school and they were the star in high school, and they come to college and they're as equal as everyone else on the field, or they leave college and they go to the pros and they're not even on the field, they're on the practice squad or what have you. Well, that's a mental drain because you was once the star as you kind of grew up in those spaces where you was the best one.
Yeah.
So mental health is being able to help you not have so much overwhelming mental capacity. You're able to handle the load because right now we're living in overload and we're living in overflow of overload. And if you are able to learn consciously resting, you can slow some of those things down because thoughts become things. And if I can help you lessen your thoughts, or if I can help you make better decisions without having 80,000 thoughts running through your brain, you'll make better decisions.
I really like that. So in your experience, what are some common mental health issues that athletes encounter that you see most often, and how does consciously resting meditation help mitigate them?
Well, in my experience, what I see, heard a lot of athletes is the anticipation and the expectation. And then when it doesn't happen, disappointment set in. And so how to handle disappointment is what we find a lot of athletes not able to deal with. What consciously resting will give you and do for you, it will help you settle all of those thoughts down, be able to know exactly what it is that you need to do, and choose properly and wisely. But here's the thing about anything. It's just like an athlete. The way they got better is they practice it. And in consciously resting, you want to practice it. If you have learned it and I teach you, you will have it for the rest of your life, but you have to practice it to be better.
So, what strategies have you found effective in overcoming potential barriers or resistance to adopting mindfulness practices like CRM with athletic communities?
Well, with the athletic communities, the strategies that I try to bring to bear is I want them to know that you make better decisions when you are calm. When you are anxious and moving and going, it's hard to make those decisions. But if you understand and know how to consciously rest, even when you're going real fast, if you're trained in consciously resting, you can tap into that at any time, anywhere, anyhow, and on any field, you'll be able to tap into it. But it takes practice. It takes practice. I would have to, what did the guy say? We're talking about practice.
Yeah.
It takes practice. You've got to put the work in to get what you want out of it.
And just an aside, do you have athletes that like play specific sports that are better at CRM and like accepting it and stuff like that than others?
I would say the athletes, some that I have worked with, because I'm a former football player, those guys have been my focus.
Yes.
But it'll work for any athlete on any level, for anyone at any time. I don't care if you're 1-year-old to 100-year-old. All we're talking about is helping you be quiet.
Okay.
Not talk.
Yeah. And just to wrap it up here, what do you hope athletes get from your portion of?
What I hope that they get more than anything is that they know that being quiet, going in, is the best place that they can examine anything about themselves. And I want them to know that the enemy is the inner me. The fights that we have more than anything happens on the inside. We need to take a deeper dive, and consciously resting will do just that.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Just one more question. And it's really about how athletes are always usually in high pressure environments, making decisions, life at home, very big transitions from schools or anything like that. How do you suggest that CRM could be integrated into the culture of a sports team and other organizations to support or better support athletes' mental health?
I think that every school, every university, not just for the athletes, but every school and every university, from middle school, elementary, they should have quiet time that they allow for the whole body to contemplate. Because just remember, we are a bundle of energy. Energy goes where energy flows. Imagine if we got the whole school, each day, we take 5 minutes to just be quiet, and then 5 minutes at the end of the day to be quiet. Now, even if it's not CRM being guided to meditate, but if it's just quietness, you'll be able to tap into so much more of yourself that you didn't even imagine being able to tap into.
Great. I really enjoyed your portion of our podcast. Thank you so much for coming. Would you like to leave anything else for any suggestions or anything like that?
I would like to leave this as a suggestion. You are what you think you are. I really believe that you have to go in order to find what you're looking for. It's not out there. It's in here.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming out. We really appreciate you talking to us. All right. Have a good day.
Thank you.